And now for the second part of the project. Now, by drawing your bug or insect from two different viewpoints and labeling some of those parts, essentially what you did is draw some blueprints to create a bug. And so the second part of the project is going to be a sculpture in which you build your ugly bug out of some kind of material that is up to you. Okay? So there's a few rules. Okay? Number one is it needs to be constructed mostly, if not entirely, out of one material. This could be challenging, but there's a lot of things out there that you may not be thinking about that you could use as material to build your sculpture from. That means that you're going to have to find some kind of material that there's a lot of. So some examples could be toothpicks, Q-tips. You could even use puzzle pieces. You could even use buttons. Hopefully you can keep it a little bit cleaner than that. Any of these materials would work. Anything that you can find or buy a lot of, and a lot of it cheaply, would be sufficient to use. Now, for a full list of ideas of materials you can use, check out the instructions on Google Classroom. The next rule is that your sculpture needs to have mass. Okay, so what this means is that, if I chose a dung beetle and then I chose Q-tips as my material to build my dung beetle out of, something that is two-dimensional that I construct out of these Q-tips isn't going to work. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not, but here's my dung beetle. Let's say that I used some hot glue, I glued all these pieces together, I'm able to lift it up. It is a dung beetle, it has the 3 parts, it has 6 legs. Now it has 6 legs. But it's two-dimensional, okay? This is flat. It's not very dynamic, it has no mass to it, even if I were to fill it in with Q-tips so that it wasn't empty on the inside. Okay, so what I'm looking for is something that's 3-dimensional, has mass, it has weight. It will resemble your bug that you chose, only it will be bigger. The other part of the project is that I am looking for something bigger than the actual size of your bug. So if you chose a flea and then you chose a Q-tip for your material and you presented something like this, it does have mass, although there's not much of it. It does resemble a flea and it's life size. Okay, what I'm looking for is something a little bit bigger. So I'm looking for something at least the size of, like a softball at the minimum, okay? Now it could be as big as you want. Some of you have access to welders and other types of machinery that you could use, so make it as big as you'd like. But it should be used one material. Or if you want to make it all out of one object, so if you took apart like an old VCR or DVD player and built something out of all those parts, that will be fine too. Let's see, I think other than that, those are the only restrictions that I'm putting on the project. The rest of it is totally up to you. Now there's going to be a little bit more instruction and detail on the instructions page on Google Classroom, so be sure and check that out before you begin the project. And good luck. I hope you have fun with this, and I can't wait to see the pictures.